Zoom.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother
What's up, y'all?
and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Lord, there've been times that I thought I could last.
Wish I could sing. Nancy, you could probably sing, right? Probably.
Charles, this is Martha. You can sing. Everybody can sing.
Oh, I like that. You know what? That's really good. I appreciate that.
My husband never discovered singing after the age of 50. So,
That's
and then
great.
he ended up singing with the symphony chorale in a tuxedo. So it's never too late.
Whoa, that's impressive.
Well, Martha, my wife and son, I'm trying to convince them that I can sing, but they don't believe me. I don't know why.
You know, everyone can sing. Some people shouldn't, though, maybe, huh?
Oh, that's not me, Charles.
No, not you. That was just a random comment there, John. It's good.
Only a state of mind.
There you go.
I will say when your children who are when they were 3 and 5 politely asked me not to ruin the song on the radio, you get kind of PTSD from that.
3 and 5? Woo, that is tough.
Oh, tough crowd.
That is, yeah. So we are coming off of a busy week here. Lots of events going on in support of this push while Senate's in recess, and so some of the staff is a little drained. We're still here though. It's good to see everybody. Julie is here, and even though she spent all of yesterday's event on the freeway on Zoom, right?
Oh my gosh, did you hear about my little
Yes.
thing?
Heard you're a trooper though, and you did it from the car. Way to go.
Yeah, thank you. Well, next time I hope to take the right exit and be there in person.
All good. For the some of you CP community members, you should see some faces on here that look a little different than usual. We got some guests in today from all across CP, actually. And we are expecting a smaller crowd today, so we're going to get started with maybe only 1 or 2 Zoom screens, which is unusual for us, I know. It's all good, though. We just lost one. Oh my gosh, we had 27 people, now it's 26, see? Somebody heard that we were tired and low energy, so they just left. Maybe it's the music. Maybe I should pick it up a little bit more, huh? How about this? I can confirm that Hayden Goldberg is a real person. Saw him in person yesterday for the first time. Touched his hand and everything.
I can confirm that Charles, Larcy, everyone, all the other staff, Betty, are all real as well.
That's right. It was good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well.
Here we go. Hey, Donna.
Hey, Charles. How'd you
Okay.
go last night?
It went really well. You're gonna hear about it. You're gonna
Good.
hear about it from me and from some other folks. We got some
Oh,
pictures
good.
to show. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
cool.
good.
I really wanted to be there, but it was my birthday and my family got priority.
Whoa. Happy belated to
Thank
Donna,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Very cool. Yes,
did you
happy
end up
birthday.
eating?
Donna. The roof of our office building.
Yay.
I know. There's going to be more opportunities to come and visit us there.
Great.
Look at all those happy birthdays in the chat for you, Donna. Everyone, drop in the chat where you're calling in from today.
Your folks might understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing.
I was gonna say, who's in Tacoma? Oh, Ben, that's right. Nancy, when you say north end of Mercer Island, are those like the better people that are in the north end? Is that what you have to like claim your hood? Like you're like, I'm not down with the south enders of Mercer. Is that what that is?
No. Well, I can't say that out loud, Charles.
Okay. Is there a south ender from Mercer?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. All I'm saying is when you didn't grow up here, and somebody tells you that your property is like where the slums were of Mercer Island, and you're like,
Oh, got
because
it.
I-90 wasn't always covered.
Got it.
So, whatever. I live on the north end, close to downtown Seattle, just over the bridge.
Okay. Listen, I won't cross your gang. How we doing? Let's get 30 people. One more before we start. What do you think, Meg? Man. Somebody, oh. You kicked it. That's what you think, huh? All right. Welcome everybody to the monthly community meeting. And Daniel's going to join from his other computer. Everybody calling from your phone as well. So I got a bit of news, and I'm going to look at the number of people in this meeting, and I'm going to stare you all in the face just to see how you react. David Domke will not be joining this meeting. Just want to make sure. Anyone want to leave? Is that a big deal for people? David's decided to spend more time with his family for the first time since leaving UW. So he's got some hard lines, and we are supporting Lisa in that as much as possible. So he's learning how to balance life. So Thursdays are time with Sam. He's doing some stuff with Sam for the next few weeks. So it's good. It's good. And that's like a running theme for CP staff this summer is to spend some time with family, take advantage of the weather when it's not trying to burn us to a crisp, and take breaks because the fall is going to be heavier. So yeah, welcome to the monthly meeting. We kept it on the first Thursday of the month. It's going to be the next Thursday of next month, and we're going to keep it consistent. This time we've got, like I said, some guests that are going to tell you about what they're working on, and you're going to get to see firsthand that leadership development is happening all over. I think we do a really good job of talking about what the staff is working on. Today, you're going to learn about folks that are in kind of two other areas, kind of programs of CP, and you're going to get to hear from them exactly what they've been doing. Out of the gate, we've got Action Academy in with Larcy, and I think she's gonna do it a little differently, but we're gonna get to hear from them first and then Larcy. This screenshot is a screenshot of the cohort that is rolling out right now. This is our second cohort of this year. And you can see from the faces, one, they've all got their cameras on, which is cool. It means that they're engaged and they're ready to learn. This was the first session, and David's holding court there, and AJ's there in the middle, and I'm there. But this is a diverse cohort of folks. This is the future that we're trying to build at CP. And these are the leaders who will one day be making phone calls with you and possibly helping to lead some of these teams that are traveling out to these states. And it's not some far off dream. Larcy's kind of cracked the code on how to do it within a few weeks. It's amazing. They come in not knowing if they should vote, and they come out of it making phone calls, convincing other people across the country that they should vote in a matter of weeks. It's like magic. So we're going to kick it to them. Larcy, is it going straight to them or is it going to you first?
Well, it's going to come to me this time. Jessica wasn't able to join us today, so I'm actually subbing in for her. So we're going to start off with me. Hi, everybody. Welcome. And thank you for joining us this evening. If you don't know me already, my name is Larcy, and I am leading the Action Academy program with Common Power Future. And it's been a really awesome program. This is our third cohort. And when we first had visions of what this program could do, I personally wanted to graduate 100 students out of the program in its first year. And I'm happy to say that in its third cohort phase, from 6 different universities for the summer cohort, from 4 different colleges, there's actually 4 different states from 6 universities. There's 32 students in the current summer program right now, and we will be on our way to graduating 100 students out of this program. So it's 8 weeks that they learn about voting rights, voting history. We get to meet awesome people who are organizers. We get to meet featured people from documentaries. We will be meeting a really key person in the civil rights movement next week, but we will give you some program updates on that particular note. To kick us off is, I believe, I want to say Julia.
Yes, hi. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Julia. It's nice to meet you if we haven't met before, but I am one of the Action Academy program crew leads. This is my second cohort that I've led. I also led the spring 2021 as well as the summer one. So this time around, as Larcy mentioned, we're learning voting rights and voting rights history in the United States. This cohort around, we're particularly focused on building out the Common Power mindset part of it. So recently we've been learning about like rights, roles, and responsibilities as students, as members of Common Power and Action Academy. We've been learning what advocacy means and what it looks like. Recently, we've been like learning about barriers to voting, looking at historical literacy tests, and soon we'll be moving into the 13th Amendment, gerrymandering, and ALEC. And finally, we're going to finish off on voter laws and our role as students within that. So we have a very packed curriculum, but this cohort has been such a joy to work with. They are so enthusiastic to be here. Every morning they wake up and they're just like ready to go. So I'm super excited to see where this cohort goes and how we can help them grow. I'm going to pass it off to Ani.
Hello, I'm Ani. I am one of the crew leads for this cohort. I took part in the spring spring cohort of 2021. So I just finished my time. So this week we actually learned about the history of voter suppression as related to race. And we also investigated modern voter suppression methods that largely target people of color and people of lower income. And then going into next week, we'll begin learning about freedom rides, I believe. And then during our Thursday session, we have a very special session on Thursday. We'll have the privilege of having Bob Zellner come speak to our cohort, and we'll be able to learn about his journey and hear his words. And then I'll pass it off to Hayden, I think, yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Hayden. I'm one of the crew leads. I'm also interning with CP this summer, working on some of the other projects for CP Future. One of those is a leadership retreat we're leading with Rainier Scholars, which is a youth leadership development program. Starts in 4th grade through 12th grade. And then we're leading this retreat for their rising seniors, where we're going to be doing a 2-day civics workshop and education. So starting with, like what does voter expression look like? How does it impact people like you? We're going to do a voting rights panel with some expert speakers. That's the first day. Second day, we're going to be doing an elected officials panel. We're going to have Washington Bus come in and talk about like your basic civics 101 curriculum. What are the different positions on the ballot? What do they do? How do laws get passed locally and nationally? And then we're going to all kind of fold all that together for an issue groups activity at the end of the second day, where students are going to kind of identify an issue that they care about and think about like what are solutions within the system that they can use, that they can do what solutions can they identify to and then actually implement to kind of bring everything together. And then I will pass it off to Ben.
Thanks, Hayden. Hey, y'all. So I'm Ben, and I'm one of the staff members here at CP working in CP Future. And one of the other things that we're doing with CP Future is also working on our partnership with Goodwill. So we're partnering with Goodwill for voter registration events. We're thinking like a 3-day push for National Voter Registration Day. That's in September 28th. So we're planning them for 3 days in-person voter registration across 5 counties. And we're bringing in MJ with Poder, like maybe she could help with that, but also like expertise from Daniel who did this last year. So we're excited to see where that goes, and just really excited to see what September feels like, because it's all going to be in person.
Holy cow, y'all are y'all are impressive. First of all, whenever I hear about the stuff that Action Academy is doing, or I like look over Larcy's shoulder, and when she's going through the session, I always think, I think I want to go through Action Academy and work over in CP Future, because it's a lot of good meaty stuff. Well done, well done. Part of this is hearing about the work that you're doing, and the other part of it is just seeing y'all talk about the work and how well you do that. What comes across is that you understand it really well. We can tell that you own this work. This is not just some performative stuff where you're told to read a paragraph. Like, this is the work that you're doing. We could even go further in depth if we had time and have folks ask you questions about this work to kind of test you on that. But you all know what you're doing, and also you believe in it. That's another thing that comes across, is that you all care about the work that you're doing. Ben mentioned the after credits. That's right. Yes, towards the end of this, save your questions if you got them there, but definitely ask all of them what it's like to work, or if you have specific questions about any of the partnerships there. Some really impressive stuff there. Okay, so one of the things that kind of inspires, do we have time for this still, Maggie? Oh, we want to run? This is a producer question here. For the breakout, what do you think?
We're kind of on to the next set. I mean, we could do a quick breakout, like 3 or 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Like,
you want to do a quick one?
Yeah, we'll do quick.
Yeah, I want to do a quick one because I want to. There's a chance that people will get one of these Action Academy leaders in their breakout. So leadership development is a key tenet of CP. It's who we are. We got good examples of that here. I think it'd be great if we had a quick few minutes conversation to meet somebody else here on the Zoom, and also to talk about your own leadership development journey. I think that we think about that just in terms of when you first entered into that but one of the things I've realized about being in this community is that it's ongoing. You learn about leadership and your role in either building other leaders or becoming one yourself all throughout your life. So what's been your leadership journey in about 3 to 5 minutes? We'll break up into twos. What do you think, Maggie?
We'll be in groups of 2 or 3.
2 or 3. All right.
Okay.
Let's do
We'll
it.
send you
Let's
off.
do it.
Hey, Susan, are you there? Welcome back, Ingrid. Elizabeth. Oh, you guys are on mute still, so.
Hello.
Hi.
I don't know. Ingrid and I were chatting and then she disappeared. And so I thought, all right, it's time for me to go back.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Everybody should be coming back right now. So thanks. Thanks for rolling with us.
I'm doing this on my phone, which I am not used to. I'm used to my computer, which I feel much more in control of. And
It's very hard to Zoom on a phone, in my opinion. I find that hard.
I started out, it was because I was driving. I was like 15 minutes behind schedule today, so I had to get home.
Thanks for joining us
Anyway.
despite that.
Yeah, thanks for making it. Way to go.
Thanks for having me. I am actually home. I am no longer driving. You guess you can tell that.
One of my favorite parts of Zoom is when you like come out of a breakout room and like a bunch of people are still talking. I love that. They're like halfway through
yeah.
deep conversation. That's great. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you had some good conversations. I'm not going to make anybody share out because we're short on time. I think it's great that we got a chance to talk to some folks. I hope it was a good mix of people and that some of you got to meet some of the Action Academy folks, or maybe some people from this next group. We're going to go through some key program updates. And I don't know if there's a more key program than Poder Común. These young women here are another great example of how community is built. When it's built with intention and authenticity, when like the heart is in it. She's not even on here. I just realized that. Maria Jimenez, she had a dream and she went out and built it. And she's not even here today either. Maybe that's why her picture's not up there. She's traveling. But she sent us two great representatives. They're going to tell us about the latest of Poder and about themselves, because I don't know that people even knew that the Poder team was this big. Brenda and Andrea.
Hi, everyone.
Go ahead, Brenda.
Oh, okay. Hey, everyone. I know I've met a few of you on the call. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brenda Ortiz, and I've been a volunteer for Poder Común for a little bit over a year now. And I really like what we do at Poder Común. I randomly met Maria at an Instagram live event that Wale was hosting. And I reached out to her and I said, hey, what you're doing sounds really cool. It seems like you have a great mission, and I want to be a part of it. And I've been with Maria and all these beautiful ladies on the slide ever since. So I'll hand it over to Andrea to also do an introduction.
Everybody, my name is Andrea Mas, and similar to Brenda, I think I started maybe a month or two before her in, I think it was like June of 2020. And I remember speaking, don't mind the airplane noise, sorry, I live by the airport, but I remember coming to a workshop for CP Next, and it was actually Larcy who introduced Maria's program. And there were so many people on the call. I feel like that call had like 50 people, and I was muted the entire time. But when Larcy came out and mentioned Maria and introduced her and her program and the work that they were doing, I had to unmute myself and say, I really want to be a part of what you're doing, and then mute myself again. So you know, we connected after the workshop. We spoke on the phone for a couple hours after that and immediately connected. I just really love Maria's passion for the project, and it really has come to fruition in such a really organic, beautiful way. So, you know, Brenda joined us shortly thereafter, and then I'm going to point out some of the ladies on the screen here. Since I don't know if Jenny, are you here? Jenny was maybe going to be here. So if you're on the call, I just want to say, if you can say hey. Not sure if she's here. Maria said she was, but there's so many people I can't tell. Well, if you're here, Jenny, maybe you can speak up when you have a chance. But so I'm just going to go from the, so you see Brenda and me there. Just below Brenda's photo is Lorena. and she is actually MJ's cousin, and she's helping us from Mexico, which is amazing. And she's very passionate of the work. She creates our newsletters that have been recently going out, which is a new component of our group. And so she's more in that department. Then just next person over with the cherry blossom tree behind her is Jenny. And Jenny works with Shayla, which is the person in the red top next to her, who they do social media and they make our amazing flyers. I was actually looking for one of our flyers on our website, but I couldn't find it because it's coming out tomorrow, but to talk about it today. But and then just above Shayla is Elizabeth, and she's our event planner. So this is the crew. Maria is actually not on the photo here, which is crazy. I didn't realize that. But Maria is our founder, and she really, between her, Brenda, and I, we've really, I feel like molded this group. You know, and it's been really beautiful to see people really grow into their roles, and just wow us with their abilities and also their passion and commitment, and just the ideas that they come up with that are varied from our own, right? So it's been a really beautiful project that I've been really appreciative to be a part of.
Yeah, and with that, we can probably talk a little bit about some of the things that we've been doing. A lot of what's listed here does not cover all the work that we've been doing in the back end. But yeah, one of the main focuses, of course, has been our phone banks. And so we did partner with Lucha, which is another organization who has a very similar goal as Common Power. And we were able to gain 4 to 6 new students who were joining on a weekly basis every Wednesday and making phone calls with us. And so we did this for about a month, and we continue to do it. And we're hoping to partner with other like-minded organizations. For the time being, you know, we've kind of given everybody a break, but we're really looking forward to seeing more folks join. And then I'll talk a little bit about our mentorship program, but also give Andrea the space to add some additional commentary there. This is very new and it's very exciting. I don't even know how this came about, but I think it happened through our conversations with a lot of the other organizations, like I keep mentioning, that are very like-minded and have the same goals as we do. But we were basically talking about them, how we wanted to continue to mobilize, engage, educate a lot of the younger generations on politics, but outside of politics, just in general, how to be a good civic engager, right? And so through a lot of this came this idea of students, and honestly, not just students, but above and beyond that, requiring some sort of mentorship. And so we thought it would be really cool that that it could be a part of this. And so Andrea and I and Maria kind of put our heads down and started thinking about a program that we could kind of kick off. And I think we're actually looking to kick it off this summer. So I'll hand it over to Andrea to speak a little bit more about it.
This was one of those other things that came out very organically. And like Brenda says, it's really incredible. The ideas that come to the table when people are all on the same page, right? When we all have the same goals in mind. So the ladies over at LCF, we reached out to them to partner with them, and we had a couple preliminary conversations with, the first person was Meribet, and I know nobody knows her on the call, but I just like to give people a name. In case you know her, you might reach out. So Meribet was, you know, talking about things, we're just trying to figure out how we could work together. And it really came together with the 5 of us all in a meeting. We kind of said, well, we want to do this mentorship, and, you know, you have the students and we have the volunteers, and we really want to create a space. So the big thing that Maria always focuses on is creating a space for the Latinx community, for us to be in community together, which is a very beautiful, it's actually one of my favorite aspects of this volunteer program. And so we wanted to be able to create an environment where a student could learn from the various backgrounds we come from. So like Brenda is in tech, and I'm in legal, Shayla's in legal. You know, we have a couple of our volunteers, Elizabeth and Jenny, are currently in college. And obviously Maria is all about civic engagement. So we thought, well, we can all do different things and contribute different perspectives of different types of careers that these students can maybe pursue in their future. And so the whole program is based on the idea that we want to help them find their personal talents. And maybe there are things that are hiding that they don't know are actually extremely valuable talents that they have, right? And so we want to help bring those out through the mentorship program. And so, yeah, we're really excited to get that pilot going with LCF. And then the next thing on the bullet point here is we have a collab with LCF that's actually a GeoTV pop-up vaccine clinic, which I thought was an incredible idea. I didn't have a huge part in this actual setup, so I don't have a ton of information, but I think it's an incredible opportunity to offer people a space where they can come, register to vote for the Washington elections that are happening here in King County. And also maybe if they have some curiosity of the vaccine and maybe they see a couple other people from the community, maybe they haven't gotten it yet, they can also do that. So we're really excited to join LCF in that initiative. And I'm going to hand it back to Brenda, unless I don't have anything else on the slide to bring up, but.
No, I don't have anything else either, but I would say, I think you wanted to advertise one of our upcoming events, the Summer Bash. So if you want to talk a little bit about that, we can also highlight it.
Absolutely. So yes, thank you, Brenda. I had missed that. So on July 15th, we're going to have our own rooftop party, like CP Next had yesterday, which, by the way, we took some pointers from you guys yesterday and some learning lessons on how we can do our event from that event yesterday. So we're really excited. It's going to be our first in-person en comunidad. We have done several of these online during COVID, and so we're really excited to get together in person and just be in the same space and be together. And also we're going to have, really excited, the ladies from LCF are going to join us and talk about the work we're doing together. So if you'd like to learn more about the mentorship program or how you can contribute, how you can come to our GeoTV event with them, I'm sure we'll be speaking more about that. And that event will be July 15th at between 4:30 and 6:30. And more details to come. I don't have the address. It's the Kelly Springfield WeWork building, though, over in Cap Hill. So reach out to us if you're interested in joining us. We'd love to have you and meet up with you.
That's awesome. If you got questions about that, I think we'll funnel them through hello@. So just email hello@cpnow.org and we'll get those over to Maria. One thing I want to call out about the work that you're doing, first of all, it's a lot of work and you both have full-time jobs. One thing I want to call out is that you all are doing, you're funneling volunteer work towards local elections. And apparently, I just learned this today, there are 30 progressive BIPOC candidates running in Washington State this fall. So we haven't talked at all about what's going on in this state, and Poder is a part of our organization that's done more locally than any other part. So you all are kind of leading that effort, and we're going to do our best to catch up to you. So more to come on that. If anyone's thought about what's going on in Washington State and how can I get involved, Poder is probably going to lead the way, and then we're gonna follow these young women, which is probably how more of this country should operate. Okay, thank you both. If you want to stick around, if there's any questions at the end, that'd be great. We're going to move on to this next part, which is a kind of a reveal of commonpower.io to some degree. But I wanted to really quickly call out what Bert said about the bad news today that came through the Supreme Court. And yes, indeed, Bert, this is really good medicine. I don't need to get into details. Just know that regardless of their decision on Arizona, we are still pushing hard. It makes stuff harder, but not impossible. And I promise you that our partners in Arizona are not giving up, and so we cannot. That's one thing that should keep us going. If they're going to keep fighting, then we're going to keep fighting. And Lucha is actually one of the organizations that we have a very strong relationship with thanks to these two young ladies who just spoke and the work of Poder. MJ right now is in Arizona, possibly meeting with somebody from Lucha. She's there on a personal trip, but has decided to also check in with Lucha because that partnership's so important to us. So we're still going, y'all. We're still doing it. To talk about the way that we're going to do it very soon, Daniel, commonpower.io. What the heck is this thing, man?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that first bullet should say, what the heck is commonpower.io? That's what that should say.
I'm gonna change that for next time. We're gonna have the same talk in the August meeting, I feel like.
Totally.
Let's go into it. So I know that there's probably lots of folks on this call that have already joined us on commonpower.io for one of a couple reasons, whether that's Team Texas, or whether that is the advocacy group, or maybe you heard about it and you're like, I want into this thing. So if there's some of you on this call and all of this is, you've heard it already, then I'm sorry, like hang on with me, or, maybe go get yourself a drink or something and then come back. But for those of us that have not heard about Common Power IO, I'm here to talk about this new tool, this new communication tool and online community that is really going to be the future of the way that we do organizing at this organization. Just kind of give a brief overview about what the heck this thing is. So let's answer that question right off the bat. What is commonpower.io? Really simply, it's a private online community just for Common Power donors, volunteers, and staff. You can think of it as like our own personal private Facebook, but just without like a malevolent like tycoon at the top like Mark Zuckerberg. It's just like it's an online community without any of the BS that comes with other social media. And it's also convenient because not only is it like a mobile application and a website, but it's also a really easy emailing tool. And so we'll kind of go over how you can use it as an emailing tool as well. And I assume that that's going to be the number one way that most people engage with it is you're just going to get typical emails from Common Power through this platform. Why are we using it? Like, what the heck is this? Like, okay, we've got that, but why? Ultimately, we just want to make volunteering easier and more engaging. This is our way of like stepping up into being a really effective organization that does great organizing, because we already, like, I believe that we already do that. You all believe that we already do that because you're here. But we want to take the next step and give our state leads, give anybody who manages a program even more capability to do really strong volunteer management, and also to provide volunteers with a really like a much stronger experience as somebody who's a part of our community, that will just go beyond Zooms, that will go beyond being on an email list or being on a text list of a state lead. So ultimately easier and more engaging. And then when is this happening? Oh my God, do I need to sign up for this thing right now? No. We are going to transition the community in due time. This is a process. We hope that you just trust that process. We're going to get folks going on things in August, and with the hope that an August setup will get us to a good place for September, October, November volunteering. So we're going to have you ready to go on it in time so that you can be on one of these awesome state teams in the fall, but you don't need to worry about it right now. Just expect to hear more from us in the future. And there we go. Perfect. Amazing. And I'm seeing some questions come up. I'm going to do my best to answer them in just a second. We're going to go over this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do some screen sharing. But right for the moment, I'm going to show you just what is this thing, right? What are we even talking about? It's like a private Facebook that has 4 key elements to every group. Those things being the feed, members, events, and resources. The feed, very similar to Facebook or LinkedIn if you use those platforms. Also, your Twitter feed, it would just be the same type of thing, where you can post, you can ask questions, you can comment on other people's things. We'll post polls, articles, discussions. We'll ask questions. This is where we really do like the meat of like the organizing, right? Members, on this tab, you can see see like a grid view of every CP member that's in our community, some personal details about them, and then use that tab to send anybody a quick little private message at any time. That's one thing that we're really excited about, hopefully making volunteering a lot easier, just being able to communicate really quickly and have access to anybody in the community at any time. Events, you can see all of Common Power's events that are on our website. You can RSVP, see who else is coming to an event, and there's the really great added benefit of being able to sync your calendar with Common Power's calendar. This is a great value add for us because I feel like many times what I imagine you're probably doing right now as a volunteer is you're going to CP's website and you're looking at our events and you're saying, let me get my calendar out. Then you've got your phone here, you're looking, it's like, can I make this, right? If you have the ability to integrate Common Power's calendar into your own personal calendar, everything's in one place. It's going to be really easy for you to see, what events you can and can't attend. And then you'll always be able to have that information and all the joining details with you anytime, any place, right? So no need to worry about it. It's going to be a great tool. And then last but not least, resources is the fourth tab where you can see anything and everything to make volunteering at Common Power easier. We want this to be the place of just setting you up with the tools that you need to succeed as a volunteer. That means things like phone banking how-tos. That means one-pagers on candidates, organizations, and districts. That means information from staff. That means quick links to our websites and the ability to log your work all in one place. So you don't have to like go through your email to find everything that you need. Everything's in one place. Would you mind going to the next one, Maggie? Thank you. Do I have the ability to screen share as a non-host?
I already made you a co-host, so you should.
Look at this, amazing. Thank you so much. I promise, going to get these questions. Give me a second, folks. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. I'm gonna just show you what it looks like. How's that sound? Just a quick little tour of what this platform looks like and why it's gonna be so cool to do this. And I promise we're going to come back for your questions. I'm also trying to respect everybody's time as well. So Charles, you can let me know if you need me to speed it up or you need to kick me off. I just want to go and just give people just a really quick look at what the platform looks like and show you that it's not that intimidating. It's really pretty simple. Not very many buttons to click on. So folks, this is what Common Power Home looks like, commonpower.io. As you can see, there's each of these tabs, like I was mentioning, the feed, members, events, and resources. This is a little idea of what the feed looks like. So we're going to have like our week ahead at the top of the feed every week. Any type of activity that comes up. See, David posted, Maggie added an event, Bonnie was making a comment. All of this, we feature our staff very frequently so you can engage with them. It's going to look like this, and it's pretty clean and simple. My screen is going to look a little bit different than yours because I'm an administrator on this. So if it doesn't look exactly this way, don't freak out. Here is kind of, again, what our members page looks like. Let's just say I needed to message somebody. Oh man, I'm going to message Charles. Look how easy this is.
This is how easy it is for people to message me. I did not know this. This is interesting.
Hey man, we want volunteers to message you all the time with all CP questions. There we go. Perfect. Look how easy that is.
This is great. I just got a notification on my phone.
Perfect.
Daniel just messaged me.
Great. And that's another thing is one thing that we'll go over, folks, is if you're looking at this and you're saying, wow, this seems like a lot, or I don't want to have more emails than I absolutely need. I already get a bunch of emails. I don't want this, like on my phone ringing 24/7. Like, no worries. We're going to figure it out. There's some great settings that are going to allow us to set your email notifications exactly how you want them. I'll show you how you can turn on specific notifications on and off of your mobile device if you choose to join us that way. So
Yeah.
if there's any hesitation that anybody's having right now of, oh, like this is too much for me to take on, like it's all good. We're going to figure it out. And it's a really customizable platform. And the best thing is me, Maggie, the team are here to make sure that this works for you and that you all set up for success on this.
Well, and the other thing is that you could use this entire thing just from email if that's what you wanted to do, right?
Exactly. Sorry, I'm going to stop sharing. Exactly. So the distinction about this is that, so you can use it as a website and a mobile application. But when we add your email into Mobilize, what it's going to do is it's just going to allow us to just send you emails in a different way. So all the emails that you would typically get from a state lead, or if you're on the advocacy team and you're getting emails from David about phone banks or what's going on in voting rights, like you're going to get all those emails and you're able to take all of these actions just through your email address. The organization that we're working with to set this up estimates that in every community, organizations have communities, about 60 to 80% of users simply just use it as an email tool. So if you're there right now and you're just using commonpower.io to send and receive emails, just know you're doing everything right. It's perfect. And you are like a very typical user. You're in the very, like the big majority of the community. The reason that I wanted to show the mobile application, the website, is because we think that there are some really positive, tangible benefits to you using that site. Thank you, Maggie. That's awesome. Perfect. I was going to say we could bring this up and show the distinction between the email inbox versus the website mobile application.
Well, hold on. I bet people are pretty full right now on this.
Yeah.
And I think there are some people who are like, okay, I'm down for this. I want to do it. Some folks are like, I will wait until launch, August, September. Other people are like, why is this going on without me? I want to start using this right now. And it looks like, what do? Just they talk to Maggie.
They talk to Maggie. They send an email to Maggie. If you want to join, like today, tomorrow, next week, email Maggie. The reason that it's Maggie and not me is that I'm going to be on PTO next week. And I just want to make sure that if you want to get in ASAP, that I don't wait to get you in until I return on July 12th. So be sure to email Maggie. And then from there, I'll be there every step of the way with y'all. I do trainings, answer your questions whenever, like as soon as I get them. So just know you got an advocate in me, and if you want to hop on, just feel free to email us and we'll get you on. But
That's awesome.
Otherwise we'll join you. You'll join in August, September.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you for that, man. Last time we didn't get a chance to dive into it. This time we went a little deeper. I suspect that the August one of this will go even deeper and do some more live stuff. Okay.
Sounds good.
Let's move on to kind of a recap, huh? A recap of last night. Push for the people. Hold on one second. What am I looking at here? Sorry, I was confused. I was looking at the actual slide deck instead of looking at the share screen. This is an image of the in-person version of this yesterday. We tested out our very first hybrid event. We had about 90 some people RSVP, and in total on the Zoom and in person, we had about 40 people show up. So not bad, not ideal. But it was a good test and it worked out really well. The Zoom video we're going to post soon on YouTube. But for the people that participated on the Zoom, they had the images on the top row are all from the Zoom camera. So that middle one is Daniel saying hi to the folks that were on the Zoom last night. The one on the right is Kylie doing a breakout session with the people there in person, and the people on the Zoom did the same exact thing at the same time, which is pretty cool. It was about what's your democracy story, which Kylie and Betty and Bert have talked about recently in their social media trainings that they do. And then the picture on the left are, is some staff there. And then one of the new people who kind of came in off the street and joined, talking about her democracy story. So it was a fun time. The bottom left picture there is Larcy and I kicked it off, but we kicked it off with September with us. We've always dreamed about having her along the ride, along the 2020 ride with us when she was a baby, and she's finally making it out to events with us while we're getting folks ready to do this work, and that's one of the dreams of ours. And then of course AJ came with the playlist and helped out with some tech. But it was a great holistic event. It was a part of a larger push, which Indivisible is driving, called Deadline for Democracy, and it's taking advantage of this break that the Senate's on to build awareness around HR 1 S1. Maggie, you got something?
Yeah, I was just gonna, I think I see some familiar faces who've been involved with doing some of the advocacy work around Deadline for Democracy. So thank you everyone for doing that. Obviously the decision today makes it ever more important to put pressure on our legislators. So just as part of the kind of wrapping up the Deadline for Democracy, which is during this Senate recess week, there's two things that we're doing. One is David has a series of lectures Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night on how they beat the filibuster, which so you should sign up for those for sure. Those are at 5 to 7 p.m. And then we're doing a last set of advocacy phone banks for it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for the next 2 weeks. We're taking a break for this weekend, but like starting next Tuesday after the 4th of July holiday. So those will go on, and then we're going to kind of reassess. We're going to be really thinking a lot about launching our state teams and gearing up for that, and switching away from advocacy and into that work, knowing that a lot of the fights are going to happen in the states and ensuring we're putting our focus there. So that's push for the people. Anything you want to add, Charles, to that?
No, I think one thing more broadly is one thing I'm getting more comfortable with is this idea of being reactive, and it has a negative connotation. But I realize after joining this national coalition and seeing how often it is reactive, it's reactionary, and that being the nature of the work, that's something that we make a part of the kind of the natural rhythm of CP as well. We plan for the long term and we react in the short term. Some of the reaction is to our own planning being out in the wild and being implemented by us and being taken up by you all as volunteers in our community. And some of it is necessary reaction to what goes on in Washington. And that's exactly what politicians do. They make statements, they react to what voters say, and voters react to what they say. So this is being reactionary, having to spin up this push for the people event in reaction to, what Joe Manchin will or won't do, and what the reaction is going to be right now to the Supreme Court and how folks in Arizona are thinking about it and how people across the country are reacting to it. It is a natural state of being for those of us who work in politics, and to be really good at reacting is actually the goal, not to not react or not be reactionary. So I'm making my peace with that. And I think we are as an org, we're getting really good at that. And these in-person hybrid events being standardized is a good moment for us. Cool.
Yeah, so I know we're coming up on time. We just want to AJ's not here, so I don't know if you want to speak to this quickly, Charles.
Just that we've got this, you spoke to our Virginia work that we've got going on. The learning tour is going to feed into that first trip out to Virginia. So there's still slots on this learning tour. It's going to be a really interesting trip. She just went and visited a bunch of these places to make sure these were, they would take our team and there's housing nearby. But she's super fired up about it. I've never seen her this excited to take trips with CP. So you're gonna get a piece of that as well. It'll be AJ and David leading this trip, which has not happened yet. So it's either gonna be super amazing or it'll be the last trip they take together. All right, let's go to the next slide, which is our a slide that I love because it's proof that we do plan long term. Maggie.
A slide makes it true, right? I believe that, yes. This is just our kind of recap of what to expect. And this has changed a little bit from last month because we've been kind of evolving our thinking, and Hiba has come on board full time. Her first day was today, which is just really amazing, and we could not be more excited. Yeah, Carrie, good. I love your big clap. And she's going to be an amazing addition. Just even a few conversations that we've had, just all the things that we're going to be able to do. It'll be great. So as we thought about this, so in July in advocacy, we're going to wrap up this push for the people. And right now we're thinking we're going to wind down advocacy. As Charles said, we will revisit as needed based on the coalition and what's going on. But our big focus is going to be launching 6 of our 7 states. We're still deciding on the 7th state, and we'll have more information on that. And to actually, even if we don't travel, and even if we do only minimal remote work, to try to get those teams up and going so we can build community and actually start leading into 2022, because as David said, he feels like 2022 is already happening, that we need to start building towards that. So Team Virginia is obviously, there are many elections that are happening across the entire state. So we will be traveling, assuming everything is okay with COVID. So that team is on a little bit of its own track. So we're going to be recruiting team leads and training them in late July through August, with the idea of kicking off teams officially right after Labor Day, and then beginning to do remote work and community building for all of their states besides Virginia. But for Virginia, we are targeting 2 potential trip dates. And and we're thinking we actually will do 2 trips, and people can choose or go to both. You could do both if you'd like. And we're thinking September 30th to October 4th. That's a Thursday to a Monday, I think, Thursday to a Monday. And that is in the window that New Virginia Majority, our on the ground partner, has said that that's when they need us. And that will be a lot of work in their in the areas that they've been working on with, and with the candidates and the causes that they're fighting for. And then there will be a true get out the vote. Not that will be some get out the vote, but a really GOTV trip that is that actually will go over the election day, because election day is on Tuesday, November 2nd. So this would be a Saturday to Tuesday trip, to Wednesday trip. Carrie, you got a question?
Not a question, but I'd like to say something about Wisconsin when you're finished with Virginia.
Yeah, sure. And we are still we're kind of in the early phases of what is the work that we could do in each of these states, given that it's mainly municipal stuff that's going on outside of Virginia. And so we're talking to our partners about what are the ways that we can start at least building understanding with them and supporting them, so we lead into 2022 in a strong position. So what do you have to say about Wisconsin?
The WISDEM, so this is state specific, but for Wisconsin, our partner, the WISDEMs, is going to do a year before the election kickoff in November. And so the old state team leads have been talking about doing something for that. We haven't whipped into action yet, but thought it would be a great opportunity for a trip to get things started. It's going to be a lot of people there, and it'll be a really fun opportunity to be with our partner and with the people from all over who want to help them.
That's awesome. Yeah. When is that? When in November? Do you know?
I should know, but I don't know the date.
Right. I think it was right after, at the election, election around day. It was kind of going to be like a kickoff. I think that when we were on that call, Carrie.
Yeah, it was just 1 year before the 2022 election.
That's very cool.
To the closest weekend, I think.
That's very cool. That's very cool. Yeah, that's exciting. I love how they're of course they are. The WISDEMs are the best state Dem party in the nation. That's awesome.
Well, they ask me for money at least 3 times a day. So
that's why they're so good. That's why they're so good. Thanks for that, Carrie. And I have a strong tingling sense that you're going to be a part of the old and the new team lead cohort for Wisconsin. Just it just makes a ton of sense. I don't know. We'll see. But that blue section is interesting because folks like Carrie will be plugging into that. And also some of these faces you see here from Action Academy will also be plugging into that and being recruited and trained up. So starting in about the middle of this month, we're going to start to actively recruit super hard for these team lead positions. And then this big training push is going to happen too. And HIP is going to lead a big chunk of that. So it's going to be folks that are across generations, and it's going to be kind of the best example of leadership development at CP at the fieldwork level that we've seen. So I'm really excited for that. Okay, 6:05. Not bad on time. Let's do some questions. Any folks have any questions or comments? Any questions about Action Academy? Questions about Push for the People, teams? People are just ready to go. They're like, no, I get it. I understand all of it. It is clear to me. John unmuted. Here we go.
Yes, I have something to say to the Action Academy folks. So I want you to know that one of the many things I love about CP is being led by young people. So I am so looking forward to being led by you all. So more power to you.
Very cool. Thanks, John. That's a big thing, you saying that, man. That's like I think they could read that somewhere. But you know, you saying it to them and them hearing it. I think even if I said it, I don't know if they believe it, you know, but coming directly from the folks, you know, that helped start this organization, that means a lot. Good stuff. Can I while we're waiting for another question here or comment, can I ask Deborah, are you cooking something? Are you crafting something? I've been thinking about it this entire event when I should have been thinking about the agenda.
You know, I thought about going off screen, but then I know you like people on screen and I like the community of it. And so I have some new starts for my vegetable garden. I'm so ready to share stuff, but right now it's like I had huge collard greens and kale. And so I just took a whole bunch of plants down and now I'm going to go soak them in water and get all the slugs and things off. And, you know, so that's what I'm doing. And earlier I was shelling my fava beans. So these are two of my three jobs: CP, my garden, and then my mind.
So hold on. That is exactly the content that people come for, is that legit real life piece there. I got to tell you, I know at least 2 people on this call that have 10 questions for you about your garden. Okay. And one of them's Ben. I'm going to put her on the spot. Ben, would you like to ask Deborah something about her garden? I know you do. I know it. Go ahead.
We actually chatted about this because we met at the rooftop yesterday about our garden, because like I'm growing okra, strawberries, and tomatoes, and she's just growing everything else in the world. So
yeah, so I'm gonna try to score some okra from you, and you know, I invite anybody over to come and my wife named my retirement, I'm the CEO of Dirt Box Farm.
Deborah, honestly, like if I was not in this work, I would have either become a librarian or a farmer. Like there's like, it could have gone either way. And I took a farming class at UW and I loved it. So
you can still you can be a civic farm justice something. There's something there.
I am. Charles, like you don't know. I'm hooking up with like the farming co-op in Seattle when I go there for grad school. So that's what I'm doing. Urban farming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I you know, Larcy also, I would put her on the spot here too, but it looks like a baby has taken over her Zoom, so I won't. But I don't know. Do we start like a plant club at CP? I think that would have some legs.
I think we should. I went to the farmer talk with the farmers that AJ led, and So I donated some starts to them, but
Yeah,
I
the
think
Black
that'd be
Farmer
so
Co-op.
cool. I think it'd
Yeah.
be so cool
Okay.
to like
All right.
do seeds and yeah.
Okay, Ben and
I-
Deborah. Ben, I
okay,
know,
I'm-
look, not that you needed some more work, but Plant Club, that sounds like a thing.
Yeah. Now that we know how to get together and where you are, we can just bring like, here's a bunch of collard greens for anybody that
There
wants
you
to join
go.
me in eating Ethiopian food tomorrow night.
I'm down.
Yeah, good. And thanks for bringing out my genuine.
Super important. Larcy's about to leave the meeting. Are you about to leave? Larcy, Larcy told me in the back, she's like, you need to let people go. That's fine. Maggie also made me the host. So, the two of them are like,
It's 8:10 for me, and I have children to put to bed. So I was in a just in case.
I appreciate both of you for making it out here. Thank you all for joining. Donna, again, happy birthday. Happy belated. So good to see you all. Let's do it again in a month. Thank you.
Bye.